Okay, just since we delayed the recording, I will re-summarize once again. So application is the master detail child of account. Rollup summary can only be done on the parent side. We have created a new rollup field which is counting the number of records of the child. Child is the application, of course. So if I am creating now, every time I am creating a new record under application, it is showing me application total here. Okay. Now I want to use not this field for counting, but summarizing or other things. I need a numeric field to do that. So here you will see currency field is there. That is a fee field. I want to roll up this field rather than counting. Okay. So I will go back to my account record and change this field. Edit. And this time I will not make it a counting. I will summarize. Which field? Fee field. I can always include all records. I can also do a filtering. Just like I will only take active applications, that I can do that. Okay. I'm taking all records right now. Okay, so now I have done it all. So if I go back and refresh the screen, it will show me the total of the fee, not the count of the. So what is the total? Application total is $606. Okay, how do I get it? If I see this application, one by one, $20, $566, $30, no fee. There are 4 charges all together summed up. It's easy. Let's change this to easy number so that we can remember. 100, 200, 300, 400. What should show up in my account now?
$1,000.
How much?
1,000.
Clear? What will happen now if I add a new account?
$1,500.
Clear? Automatically calculating based on the child records field value, fee value. Now, I want to calculate the difference between the total amount minus what is the fee which is there, right? And I want to show this on my application object for each record. In my application object, I want to show the total amount minus this fee. How do I do this?
Formula field.
Yeah. So here I have another field called formula. I can use the fields of this object, or I can use the fields of my parent object also. Okay. So I will name it difference. What kind of field is it?
Currency.
Currency. I will go to advanced formula because this is easier to use. So here, what I need first?
Application account, sir.
What is the name of the field? what field minus what field I have to do?
Application fee.
That is minus, right? This
Application total, yes.
application total minus fee.
Fee, yes.
This I have to do, right?
Yes, yes.
Now fee is there. You will see fee here. Fee is here. But you will see the account fields are not here. For going to account fields, you have to go to this account arrow. If you
Yes.
click this, you will see all the fields of account object. What is the name of the field?
Application total.
Yes, here is this field. Insert. What you have to do after this? Subtract.
Fine.
Here is the subtract operator. You can all type this. It is very important to understand this. Underscore underscore r, this is the relationship. Dot. Any object minus underscore underscore r dot means that object's field. If you are on the same object, then you don't have to put any relationship, directly the field name. So I insert the fee now. You see, directly the field. Here the API names are in action, not the API field label. Please remember this. Sales, the admins only work with API names of fields. Okay. Check syntax. It's a good practice to do that so that there is no typing mistake if you are typing it by hand. You can also type it by hand, no problem. Okay, so next. Let's give it to all people. Also add up in the layout. So what happens now? I have a new difference field, and that is a formula field of currency type. Let's see this now. Here is the difference. How is it calculating? 1400.
1500 minus 100.
Absolutely. So if I go back to now the fifth record, it will have difference as 1000 because 1500 minus 5. So what will happen if I create a new application under the same account? This time the fee is 600. What will happen? What is the difference that will come up in 600? What will show? What will be the difference that will show in record 1 and record 6?
In record 6, difference would be 1500.
Why?
2100 minus 600.
And what will show in record 1?
It will be 2000.
Anybody disagrees or any other mind? Anything else comes to mind? Let's see these records. 2000. 1500. Every record has changed because now the total has also changed. Clear, guys? Okay. Now the most important part, which is mass data loading. So there are objects, accounts, applications, everything is there. And there is an old system which I have been using, that is Excel sheet. I used to store all my values in Excel sheets. Now I want to store everything in Salesforce. I have hundreds of data, hundreds of customers. Will I ask my salespeople to now punch in or type everything on Salesforce once again? No. So your CEO will come back to you and you'll say, you are the system administrator, you are super powerful, you are the Superman. Help me out, load all the data which I have in my Excel sheets. I cannot ask my salespeople to now create one record at a time, one by one, right? Not possible. So that is the reason why you would need something called
Data input, sir.
data import, which we'll see last. Okay, let's see that first.
I need to convert, sir, Excel file from CSV file.
That's correct. We'll discuss this. So what we will do before that is that what are the operations that is possible on a table or an object. Yeah, I will show both workbench and data loader. Both are doing the same thing, but here you will get the operations a little easier. For the assignment, you will be using import wizard. Today in the class, I will cover the workbench. It is more complicated, so I will cover this here. But data loader is far more simplified. You will do that in the assignment. I will give you the assignment. So first, what are the operations that are possible in a table? First operation that is possible in a table is called read. That means I can see what records are there in that table, right? Or that object. That means I can see all records of that object. That is read. The second operation, which is possible on an object, is create. Create means I can create a new record in that object. Third operation is called update or edit. That means existing record, I would like to change that values. And the fourth one is called delete. It means I will delete any of the existing records of that object. So together, all these four operations are called CRED or CRUD. C-R-E-D or C-R-U-D. Clear? CRED operations. So let's see these operations here. You will see on the data. Insert, update, delete, upsert and undelete and purge. What is this? We'll discuss this. First, we'll show the read operation. Read operation is query, which you can also select from here. Object is account. I want to see what are the records are there in my account table. I can see this here also. If I go to account and I go an all account related list, it shows me all the records. 14 records are there. But what if I want to download this in an Excel sheet or anything else outside of the Salesforce? Yeah. And I want all the column values. Here only I am seeing 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. I need all the field values. Yeah. So here, SQL account. This allows you to create a query. SQL is Salesforce object query language. You don't have to learn this. This query builder is giving you the query. You just need to select stuff and it will bring the query. You can type it also here if you want. From account, right now I am only taking the name field. I can use the control key to select other fields. Very important is the ID field, right? And I query. You'll see that there are these 14 records, which I was saying in the list view, exactly is showing up here. I can download this as Did I cover the data loading in the last session? Sorry, I forgot it. Hello.
Yes, sir.
We covered it, right? Data loading.
Actually, yes, sir. These uploading and other things.
Insert, update, everything we covered.
Insert part, this SQL query was done, sir. In insert and uploaded, that was not done in the previous day.
I think we covered everything in the last session. But anyway, if you are not remembering, then that is as good as not covering. So let's do it once again. So ID, I am giving all the records. I have got it. You will see this is basically downloading as .csv file, comma separated values. You can open this with edit text also. It's a comma separated values, right? Simple. This is easier to read in Excel sheet. So it will open it like this. Now the ID field is basically created by Salesforce. This is exactly what is needed for if I want to do any kind of insert. I don't need these IDs. Let's create a new CSV in Excel sheet. So I will go to Excel. What do I need to create account? Which field do I need to create account? What values I have to provide when I want to create an account? Nobody has created an account.
The name, sir.
Good. What else? Anything else is needed?
Contact information.
Contact information is needed for creating an account. What is the mandatory field?
ID.
ID. Okay, let's see. So this is the account. What information have you need to provide to create an account?
Account
Account
name.
name. Account name.
Anything else?
Account number.
The account number is needed.
No.
No, sir.
Then you guys don't even practice at home. You have not created a single account in Salesforce. You don't even know how many fields are required to create an account. How many fields are required for creating a contact? What fields are required to create contact? Very poor performance, I can assure you. Only the last name. That's it. If you provide this, good.
100, sir. Custom field per object, sir.
Sorry?
100 custom field per object.
100 custom. What do you mean?
How many fields can be created?
That was a question I gave you in the last session. What is the answer?
This question.
How many fields can be possible on an object? This was a question I gave, or assignment I gave it to you in the last class.
Normal field, sir, it should be 500. And relationship field 40.
40.
500, sure.
Yes, sir. You 500 custom field on a object.
Sure.
Sure.
What if I get a different number?
800, sir.
Who said 800?
800. Me, sir. Amit.
Amit. How did you get 800?
You told this, sir, in previous video.
I think, sorry if I am wrong.
This is the unlimited edition. Performance edition will give you 800. So 500 is for enterprise edition. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so tell me, what was the question? So that is not what we are asking here. We are talking about records. You are talking about fields. I'm saying what field values you have to give to create a record. What are the mandatory fields?
Only last name. For
Only
contact.
the last name. That's correct. So now I am creating accounts. Account 100. The name field is enough, right?
Yes.
I will create 10 accounts. 11, 12, 11 accounts. That is it. What I will do, I will save as Excel. I will change this to CSV, comma delimited. Okay, and I will say account new. Do I need to provide the ID field values?
No, sir. It will
Why?
be Salesforce automatically give it.
That's correct. Salesforce will automatically give me the ID values. This is the account new. I have to map now the name field, which is in red. Vasav, are you remembering now what we covered in last class? So now the records has been created, and these are the IDs. So again, the operations I will complete. So if I run this again, I will get a fresh list of account. And I will, if I remove this account read, I will make it account all. Now I see so many accounts, 27 accounts. These are the new accounts I created right now. And these are the old accounts which was there. Salesforce has generated ID for all the records. If I go to the account and I change to all accounts, now I have created so many accounts. So my CEO is happy. I have loaded past records. But he comes and opens one of the account and says, where are my contacts? Because you have not loaded the contacts yet. You'll say, okay, don't worry, I will load the contacts. So now we'll load the contacts. How will I load the contacts? Let's create some dummy contacts.
Account ID number is required, sir.
Account ID number is required. Why?
Which account belongs which contact?
That's correct. So which fields I will need to give this time? Tell me. For creating contacts.
Last name.
Last name, right? Last name is the mandatory field. First name is not. What else?
Salesforce ID.
Which Salesforce ID?
Account Salesforce ID.
Account, right? Let's create the first name, last name, 100, last name 100. Which account I will want to now give it? I can use any account ID from here, or I can use the account all CSV file, right? Which I just downloaded.
Yes.
So I will create 5 contacts under this account. And I will select another account 110 and test account 1. I want to create the rest of the contacts under this. Okay, so this is the foreign key which I am submitting. But insert operation for these records, the ID will be generated by Salesforce. But this is the lookup field which I am populating. Clear? Again, CSV. Here's contact name. Let's go back. Insert. This time I will change this to contact. Use it. If the name is exactly the same, then Salesforce automatically will match it. If name is different, it will not match it. Sometimes it is not able to match it. So here I have to match it. You see, only this is in red. That means this is the mandatory field. So I've mapped 3 columns, all my 3 columns with the fields, and insert. Created. So now if I go to test, refresh this, you'll see new contacts has been created, right? Clear? Same with 110 also. New contacts has been created here. So insert operation is the create operation. We covered it. Read operation, we also covered it. Let us see update operations. How do I do an update? Let's go back to my account all object. Let's take my account all. Or let's go to account read. Let's duplicate it. This I will use for account update. Open. It has all the accounts, but I don't want to update everything. Whatever I don't want to update, I will just delete it. Existing records, let's not touch them. Now I want to add a 0 for everything. I want to change the names. Instead of 101, 102, I want to make this. Let's save it. So I have changed the name, right?
Yes.
Here is the update. This time, what I am changing this to account, and you will see it will ask for the ID field. You see this ID field. Without the ID, you will cannot be do a update. ID field is also there. Name field also mapped. So we are good. Map fields, confirm update. All field updated. How do you know? This 110 was there. It has become 1000. If you go and see all accounts, you see these are all now updated. Name field has got updated now. Clear? What is this upsert?
Update plus insert.
That's correct. How will I do that? This is my record. I want to add another 0. And I will add 5 things. Okay, so this is now a record which I will save as, and I will say it is upsert CSV. I have now a new CSV which has some records with ID, some records without the ID. The benefit of upsert is the same file can do update as well as insert in with the same sheet. So I have mapped ID. This external ID is basically ID field which I am using. What is that? We'll discuss it. So I map both fields. If the ID is not there, immediately it will be considered for insert. You see, these are updated. Last ones which did not have ID got created. The same sheet can do both. That is the operation of upsert. Let's delete now. For delete, you can use directly the account updates Excel, or let's use it once again. Let's not confuse it. Let's create a duplicate. And let's see account delete. I will delete some records. Open with Excel. For this, I don't need the name field also. I can delete it. Save it. I go to Workbench, go to delete operation. I choose the file, account delete. ID field is mapped. Here it is asking for permanent delete and process asynchronously. What is this? We'll come to that later. When any object is deleted, Salesforce has its own recycle bin to store these records, but it's gone. So if you go to all accounts, only the new ones are there. The other created records are gone, right? But you can undelete from recycle bin. Let's use the same delete of this Excel sheet. It will undelete it, no problem. I need just IDs, confirm undelete. See, undelete. What is undelete? If you refresh the screen again, so deleted accounts are back from recycle bin. Again, I do a delete. This time, I will do a purge. What is purge? Clearing of recycle bin. This is permanent delete. Confirm purge. Once you do that, you cannot undelete those records once again. It will say it does not exist. The same thing will happen if you use this checkbox. This checkbox. Using this checkbox means delete and then purge at one shot. Okay. Process record asynchronously is a bulk way of processing records. It will process in batches. It will not be available instantly. It will give the results after some time. There are many ways of inserting records, updating records. One of the other tool is called import wizard.
Okay.
Get an import wizard. This you should use for the assignment today. For this, you don't have to use the external ID. The benefit of this is that when you are loading contacts, add new records, match contact by name, match account by name. In that case, it will easily, you can just, instead of ID, you can put the name value, and it automatically will substitute the name value with the ID value. Okay, so that becomes very easy for loading relationships. So you don't have to fetch the IDs, you just put the name field and match account by name. If you do that, it will work out. Clear? So you will try this out for custom objects. which you have, film and actor, will show that later. And use the name field for loading your mapping fields, because that is the child object. Okay, so I will tell you that. And I will see all of your CSVs. You have to delete any existing data, load it via CSVs, and you have to show me the CSVs you will create to upload this. Okay, that's the next assignment. Before that, here there is a concept of so I have to remember the for a data import wizard is all fine. We can use the name field, but what if the name has duplicates? If there are duplicates, then it will not work, because there are multiple fields, multiple accounts with the same name. In that case, I need a unique identifier. If you have a unique identifier, which is not a name field, you can also use that for uploading your relationships. That means child records. How do I do that? Let's see account and contact update this time with a thing called external ID. Can I use my own ID instead of Salesforce ID? That is something which I want to look at. On my account, I will create a new field. That can be a text field or any field. Unique identifier. So it's called my ID. Can be 25 characters, so I will use it all. This I will make it unique. Okay, because it should be unique, otherwise you are not uniquely identifying it, right? And I can make it required. What is required? That is, you have to provide this value. We are making it mandatory. Let's make it mandatory. And let's not make it mandatory. And I have to check this one, external ID. That is important. This, if you check this external ID, it gives you a little more power. What additional power are you giving to this field? Let's see. Save it. This time, I'm going to load a lot of accounts. Account new. I will load these accounts with my ID. Please remember, my ID is a custom field, so it's _C. If you do not forget to give this, then you have to map it manually. Otherwise, you will not find it. So simple. So here now I will give my own ID 100, 101. That's it. I will now go to contact. Instead of account ID, here, I will just remove this field and I will give my own IDs here. 100, 1. On 3 records, 102. On 3 records, 103. Rest of the records. Okay. Good. So in account ID, I'm now using my ID, not Salesforce ID. What will be the benefit if I can use this? Then I don't have to go after insert. I don't have to worry about fetching the Salesforce ID again, filling it up on my account sheet. Yeah, it will make it faster, right? Now let us see that. So I will create account new. Here name field is there. Here I have to log back it because you will see my ID is not there. To fetch the new fields, you have to restart Purge. Now I will go back to insert once again. Which account? Account record. Account new. My ID is now mapped. Name field I am mapping. These 2 fields I am uploading. Confirm, insert. Some records got created. I got my records. And if I add my ID, select fields to display, we'll see my ID here. Let's take it here, and here, let's bring it forward. You'll see my ID is already filled up in these rest. I have not created, right? Now, what is the benefit? I can straight away go and insert for contact. And I will use the now contact. Here, my account ID is now filled up. And first name, last name is there. Account ID is now I have mapped. So all of my 3 fields are mapped. Will this work now? Will Salesforce allow me to insert? What do you think? Error. Malformed IDs. Salesforce is expecting Salesforce IDs. You are providing your own ID. Not going to work. Right? So then what is the benefit? The benefit comes when I use the same field, but tell Salesforce that basically it is an external ID. Smart lookup. So what I'm telling Salesforce is that what I'm providing is my ID values. Please look it up and replace it with Salesforce ID and use it. Now Salesforce is happy. So it understands that it is an external ID. You are providing external ID values. It will substitute that with Salesforce ID and do the insert. So you have eliminated one step, that is getting the Salesforce ID from the system with a read operation. So if you're doing for millions of records, hundreds of records, external ID is absolutely essential for you to use. Clear? Now we'll go back to the assignment. The first table is called film. It has some values. I will stop presenting and stop recording. Sorry.